Could anyone else have Anna?
No, she's married to me.
Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere, in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope everybody is feeling good. I hope everybody has got some good plans for the summer, even if it means not doing anything this summer. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a famous TikTok couple. I feel like these types of videos are really important, especially in this day and age where people's lives can definitely be made to portray one thing online and be something totally different behind the scenes. Before we get into it though, I did want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a second channel, which is Casually Christina. We do things way more casually over there. I also have a Patreon. My Patreon is for 18 and up. And over there, we talk about more personal stuff. We go live over there. There is a $2 tier for all of the true crime stuff that cannot go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies. That goes over on my Patreon under the $2 tier. Just make sure you read the full about section and what each tier offers before you join. I'm also on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and I'm also on Like to Know It. And on Like to Know It is the platform where I post links to a lot of my favorite things that I like, things that you guys ask about, like these exact earrings, makeup that I use, nail polish that I use, this top right here, stuff like that I post the links to over on my Like to Know It. And all of those platforms are linked down in the description box if you would like to come and check me out. Before we go any further, I did want to stop and thank today's sponsor, Factor. It is officially summertime, and whether you are working or whether you are on the go, your nutrition does not have to fall behind because Factor has you covered. Factor completely takes the stress out of meal planning and it sets you up for success. So you can skip the grocery stores, skip all the prep work, all of the matching the lids with the plastic bins, all of the cleanup, and all of the cooking fatigue. Instead, you can get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your front door. And Factor has over 35 different meals to choose from every single week, and there's all kinds of options like keto, there's calorie smart, there's vegan, there's veggie, there's protein plus, and so much more. For me personally, I could go on and on and on about the things that I love about Factor. Their meals, they really help me stay on track with my nutrition goals. I personally have been upping my protein, especially around lunchtime, because for me, more protein means I stay fuller or satiated longer. That way, when the evening time comes around, not only am I not raiding the cupboards because I'm starving because I've skipped lunch, which I used to do, I'm not in the cupboard also or the cabinet hiding, eating all the kids' fruit snacks. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And not to mention the Factor shakes, which I absolutely love. And Factor has all kinds of stuff now. They have snacks. They also have breakfast items. But for me, these chocolate protein shakes, y'all, are so good. So if you want to try Factor, all you got to do is go to factor75.com or just click the link down in the description box and use my code ChristinaRandall50 and you can get 50% off of your first box today. Plus, you can get 20% off of your next month of orders. Yes, just use code ChristinaRandall50 at factor75.com and get 50% off of your first box plus 20% off of your next month's orders today. Thanks again, Factor. So, okay, let's talk about Anna and Ali. 32-year-old Ali Abulaban is a well-known TikTok creator that was living in San Diego, California with his 28-year-old wife, Anna, and their daughter. On TikTok, Ali was known as Jin Kid. He's most known for impersonating different famous people like Al Pacino in his role Tony Montana in the movie Scarface.
Can you please say hello to my little friend? Okay, I play with you. Try to play with? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Now, according to Ali's family, he was born in 1992 in Staten Island, New York, to very religious parents who were immigrants of the Palestinian descent that followed the Muslim religion. Ali's mother says that she had Ali when she was only 15 years old, while her husband at the time was in his 20s. She also says that her husband was not what she would describe as the most nice husband to her, and that Ali was pretty afraid of getting in trouble with him. Now, his mother also went on to say that Ali had difficulties focusing in school, and so she ended up taking him to a therapist that eventually diagnosed him with ADHD when he was 14 years old. Now, Ali did end up finishing high school and he went on to college, but he only stayed in college for about a semester before he ended up dropping out, and then he joined the U.S. Air Force. Now, while he was in the Air Force, he wasn't in there very long either before he was discharged from the military, and he was not honorably nor dishonorably discharged. The rumor has it that he was discharged for aggressive behaviors, we'll just say that. It has been said that while he was stationed in Japan, Ali ended up striking his wife, Anna, in the face, and allegedly this is what got him discharged. But again, we don't know for sure. See, Ali had actually met Anna, his wife, when he was stationed in Japan back in 2015, when Anna was married to someone else. The man that she was married to was a man named Sean, and apparently Anna and Sean's marriage ended up falling apart, so she started dating Ali. But not long after this is when that incident happened that ended up getting him discharged from the military. So it just kind of seems like, for some reason or another, chaos seems to be following him, okay? Now, Ali does claim that he never hurt his wife, Anna, but nevertheless, he was discharged in October of 2015. That same month, Anna found out that she was pregnant. Now, after the two of them found out that Anna was pregnant, they moved to the Philippines. The Philippines is Anna's home country. So they ended up moving there where she could be around her family to have the baby, and around that time is when her visa expired in Japan anyways. So they decided that they would stay there in the Philippines where her family was, and Ali would try to work and earn some money, enough money to get Anna a visa to bring her back to the United States where he was a U.S. citizen at. As far as we know, things seem to be going okay there. And after Anna had her baby, she finally got her visa approval to move to the United States. Her, Ali, and their brand new daughter moved to Virginia, where Ali's parents were at this point. Ali ended up getting a job in IT, and Anna ended up getting a job at the same company as he did. Now, while he was working in IT, and they're there in Virginia with his parents, this is when his first TikTok video really took off and went viral. This video that he had that went viral ended up getting 17 million views, and everything changed for them after that. Now, before we get into the rest of these details, I think that it is important to say that a lot of this can basically be chucked up to he said, she said. We will probably never truly know all the details or the full truth about what happened between Ali and Anna. But what we're going to talk about next is just what has been reported, or what has been said by Ali himself, or what has been said by Anna's close friends or family, and stuff like that. So after going viral, Ali said that he saw an Instagram message pop up on Anna's phone from an actor that said, "Hey, beautiful." And let's be real, Anna was gorgeous. So for her to get a message saying, "Hey, beautiful," was probably not a big deal and definitely to be expected with the internet. However, Ali said that he got really mad and he began to accuse Anna of sending this person photos of herself with no clothes on. Ali would also say that they ended up fighting over it. However, later, Anna had actually found out that Ali had saved pictures of other women without clothes on from Instagram to a fake app on his phone. When Anna found out, Ali says that he woke up to Anna swinging on him, basically, hitting him, which I find so interesting because she got a message from a random person that says, "Hey, beautiful." He flips out on her accuses her of sending pictures of herself with no clothes on to other people, and come to find out he's the one with the pictures on his phone of people with no clothes on. But this was only the beginning of many, many alleged fights between Ollie and Anna. Ollie says, and I want y'all to take everything that he says with a grain of salt, okay? A half a grain of salt. He says that this is definitely when their trust issues began. Friends of Anna say, though, that Ollie was very controlling, that he would not let Anna wear certain outfits, and that he even had access to all of her social media accounts just to keep track of her, what she was doing, where she was going. Friends said that anytime she would be somewhere, he would be constantly asking her where she's at, which I feel like if you're a married couple, you know, for your spouse to know where you're at, I mean, just safety is probably a really good idea. But this seemed to be more than that. He was constantly figuring out like where she was at all times, uncomfortably so. Friends of Anna also said that she would confide in them and show them that she had bruises on her and that she had like different bruises on her face at different points that she told them that she got from her husband, Ollie. Her friends also said that she would confide in them and say that Ollie was telling her that she was ugly and that no other man would ever want her, and that, you know, just trying to tear her down. Now, Anna's ex-husband, Sean, if you guys remember, we talked about in the beginning of this video who she was married to actually when she met him. He worked on base with Ollie in Japan, and he even said that everybody that worked on the military base with him thought that there was just a little bit something off about him. So you guys know that feeling, right? When you either meet somebody or, you know, you could work with somebody or maybe even a friend, and you know, there's just, you can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something not quite right. That's how they felt about him. Now, bringing it back to him having this viral video, Ollie says that during this time, his fame was peaking and that he actually received a threat about his daughter, so he went out and ended up purchasing a gun. Now, around this same time, Anna ended up going to San Diego to spend some time with her friends. Ollie says that when she got back from the San Diego trip, they all decided to pack up and move there. It seemed like a really good idea for her as well as for him in some ways, because he was going to be closer to like LA, he was going to be in California versus where they were living at over by his parents. And he was going viral. He was getting into this social media lifestyle and realm, and he had big stars in his eyes, and she had friends that lived there. However, this is when things began to really fall apart between the two of them. Ollie says that on their first night out in San Diego, they met up with friends and they went out partying and they were like doing different substances and stuff. Ollie said that he ended up using the white powder for the first time this night. In August of 2020, Ollie and Anna met a 29-year-old man named Rayburn Barron at a party. Ollie would go on to say that Ray immediately noticed Anna and made comments about her. He allegedly said something like, "Don't mess up your relationship with Anna or you might lose her," which maybe he did say it, maybe he didn't say it. I mean, I kind of think that sometimes is a normal thing to say. Like if you're with your guys, I mean, maybe not if you're married, but if they're out there partying, doing substances in the club, he's probably acting like a butthead knowing him. And another guy's like, "Hey man, don't mess up with her, man. You got a good one, right? You don't want to lose her." He might have said something like that if he even said it at all, but even if he said it, it didn't matter. It made Ollie so mad. And he said that he went on to try to be friends with this guy, Ray, but it seemed like Ray wanted nothing to do with him, that Ray only wanted to hang out with Anna. Now, that could be because he immediately had a crush on Anna, which if he did, I have no idea why he would straight up tell her husband that, you know, don't mess up or lose her. Or if the more that he hung out with the two of them, he realized that maybe Ali was a loose cannon and maybe Anna was sweet and kind and somebody that he would want to hang out with. Nevertheless, moving to 2021, Ali says that the partying became more and more frequent. He said that he was using more and more of this white substance and that it became a necessity by this point, that like he needed it all the time. But at the same time, things were completely falling apart at home with him and his family. His parents were supposedly getting a divorce, his brother was having a manic episode, and his grandmother had actually recently just passed away. Ali says that after all of this happened with his family, he noticed a change in Anna. He says that the intimacy, the relations, y'all know what I'm talking about, was a big part of the two of them's relationship, but it hadn't been happening nearly as often as it used to. So he said this is when their relationship began to turn from petty little arguments to back and forth blows between the two of them. So it went from just bickering to physical. He said that at one point while he was on this white powdery substance that him and Anna were fighting, when he said that he snapped and he rolled on top of Anna and ended up striking her in the face 3 times. He said that Anna had every right to call 911 and to have him put in jail, but she didn't, which is so sad, because it seemed like she still wanted to be with him and still somehow, some way wanted to make it work. And you could only imagine he was probably telling her all the "I'm so sorries, I'll never do it again, I had been on that stuff, oh, I'm gonna stop, we're gonna be the perfect couple." You guys know how it goes, right? But then there was a fight later in September 21st of 2021. And according to Ali himself, him and Anna were fighting about going to a party, and Anna told Ali that he was not invited to go to this party. Ali obviously did not want her to go to this party without him, but she ended up going anyways, and she took their daughter to this party. So Ali said that he called the police to have a welfare check done. And then there was just more arguing, more hurtful things that were said, more blocking each other, the back and forths, the spewing words, and so on. This led to Anna asking Ali to just move out of the apartment, go stay somewhere else. We need time. We need a break. And according to her friends, she wanted to be done at this point. Anna ended up staying in the apartment with their daughter, and Ali was staying at a nearby hotel. Now, keep in mind, like I said earlier, all of this I just told you is from Ali's perspective, from his point of view. Anna, unfortunately, is not able to tell her side of the story because of this. On October 21st of 2021, after a really big argument, Ali went to Anna's apartment to trash the place. He went there to trash the apartment because he did not get the credit that he thought he deserved because he sent her flowers and groceries. Oh my gosh. If y'all ain't never dealt with somebody like that before, I pray you never ever have to. You know those people that do something nice for you so they can hold it right there and they're just waiting? He sent her flowers and groceries and didn't get the credit he deserved. So he went into the apartment when she was not there and completely destroyed it, you guys. Now, after completely trashing the place, Ali decided to download a listening app on his 5-year-old daughter's iPad and hide it behind Anna's bed so he could listen in on her, because he suspected that she had been cheating with that same guy, Ray, that we were talking about earlier. Now, according to Ali, later that evening, he in fact heard Anna talking to Ray in the apartment. And when he was sitting at his hotel room, probably tooted up or whatever, and was listening through that iPad and just heard a male's voice, it completely enraged him so much that he decided that this would be a really good time, according to him, or a good idea, to do more white powder than he had ever done. And then he drove back to the apartment to see what was going on. Now, already you guys can tell that this is probably not going to be good. Surveillance footage shows him going up to the elevator and then running out of it and going to the apartment. There are shots that are heard, and then screaming can be heard after he went in. Ali shot and killed both Anna and Ray. Not only that, but after doing that, he ended up calling his mom to tell her what had just happened.
I just like the bird to move away from the house. I just like the bird. I can't see that house. There's no ocean. I don't know. I killed her. I'll see everything that's inside.
She said that when he called her to say, "Hey mom, I just did this," she didn't believe him. She said, "No way, that's not true." So he ended up sending her photos to prove that he had just done what he told her that he did. After hanging up with his mother, he went on to call 911 to report what had happened.
Okay, stand by. Okay, hold on, sir.
Ali on the phone claiming he found the two dead.
Tell me what you saw when you went in there.
I saw my wife on the couch. Put my hand on her head.
Why is that on her?
I don't know who he is, but I know him. He's been in Ray.
Ray? Okay, look. I know you said your wife was shot in the face. Is that what you said?
Yeah, on the forehead. He had 2 or 3 bullets in the head.
Then he left the apartment and he went and picked up his daughter from school. Allegedly, when he picked his 5-year-old up from school, she asked him where her mommy was, and he said that he hurt mommy. Listen, you guys, 45 minutes later, he ended up being arrested with his daughter. When he was asked later in court why he went to pick her up, he just, all this stuff. I am telling you right now, I believe everything in my heart that him being arrested that quick saved his daughter's life. I think he was going to do something else too. I don't know him. I don't know them. But even when I listen to the things that I've heard and things we're going to hear later in a few minutes, I really just think that he was probably going to do something more. Thank God they ended up arresting him. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. And in a 40-minute interview with the media from jail, when he was asked if he's the one that killed Anna, Ali got very emotional, like angrily emotional, and said, "Don't ask me that." Check out this interview.
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. Oh my God. There's a man. And then guess what? Not here. Nightmare. R&B music.
As you're driving to the apartment.
I'm screaming. I'm like, don't do it.
What happens when you get to the apartment?
I go up and I see them.
What did you think? What did you think?
They were nothing. I didn't see that. I don't know. It was a blur. But when I opened the door and saw who it was, broke my heart. And to see her kissing Ray on my couch, with his feet on my table, with my feet. I'm running my apartment, my life, in the house that my daughter sleeps in, on the furniture that I put together. How do you expect a man to feel? Happy? Well, I guess that's the end of my marriage. No! That's my family! When I found them, my first instinct was to get my daughter for her safety. To drop her off at a safe location. I wasn't running away. I wasn't doing anything. I have nothing to hide.
What happened when you found them? No.
No, I'm broken. I'm devastated. I lost my wife. My goal was to just try to get a hold of my family. It was slipping through my fingers. I'm the loser here. I lost the love of my life. I lost
Could anyone else have Anna?
Not while she's married to me.
Now, later on, he would go on to say that his public defender advised him not to do that interview, which most would. Don't have an interview with the media. However, he decided to do it anyways, and he did. Now, during his trial, he pled not guilty to the charges against him. His trial had just recently started on May 1st of this year, and the defense argued that this was not murder, that this was voluntary manslaughter because Ali was not in his right mind when it happened. He says that this was a complete crime of passion and that he had no intentions of killing Anna and Ray, and that he was experiencing a mental health crisis due to his failing marriage. However, the prosecution claimed that it was completely premeditated, and spoiler alert, I actually agree. Anna's friends got on the stand and testified in her defense.
She's bruised from her left side of her face, from her eye down to her lip.
Anna's best friend Julia Stuns testifying that 3 months before her murder, she saw injuries on Anna's face.
And I told her, what happened? What happened? And she said that her and Ali were laying in bed and they got into an argument and he got on top of her and he just hitting her and kept hitting her and kept hitting her.
Ali's mom got on the stand and she testified basically in his defense.
The deputy district attorney accused Abulaban's mom of not being truthful from the start in this case, withholding information from the police and not telling everything she knows in court, especially when it came to violence in Ali and Anna's relationship.
I know you're trying to protect your son, but I need you to be truthful with
I
answering
am.
my
I'm being
questions.
very truthful.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Did the defendant tell you that he has punched and hit Anna on a number of occasions?
Not punched. Hit, yes, but not punched.
And then he actually got on the stand and testified for over 15 hours, y'all. And during his cross-examination, he seemed very agitated at some points.
You were also researching teen porn videos, correct?
What? What did you just say?
That's what you were researching, correct?
Say it again?
Teen porn videos.
You're out your mind.
On October 19th, you were researching Sean Torres, correct?
Show me the teen you just said. You want to paint me as some kind of child? Show me show me. What you just said. I've never seen that in the discovery. I've been incarcerated 3 years. You never showed that to my team. Where did you get that?
It's in your phone.
Show it.
You researched Sean Torres on October 19th.
Show me what you just said. We're not going to breeze over that.
Mr.
You're not going to paint
Abulaban,
me as something I'm not.
Not a single tear fell from your eyes, isn't that right?
I wiped a tear off this table. Get the out of here. I'm not going to tolerate this.
You're looking up trash cans because you wanted to hide some bodies, correct?
I'm sorry. You're out of your mind.
And when I listened to him testify in court, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I got a list of people that I wish we could just study them. Study it, because it's like, how do your brains think this way? He really got up on that stand and thought he was going to control the room, manipulate everybody. This is my personal opinion, my unprofessional opinion, by the way. And it only made me wonder what really happened behind closed doors with his wife, Anna, if he could get on there after everything that had happened and talk the way that he did and somehow, some way make himself the victim and fake cry and all this stuff. During the trial, there were even times where some videos recorded by Ali of himself yelling at Anna were played for the jury, and it apparently made some of them flinch and listen. I'm gonna play some of it right here, and just listen to this.
I am the best man you ever met, and you're the dumbest I ever devoted my life to. You are the dumbest. I wish we never had a kid together because of how stupid you are. Unlike your dumb and I can't wait to divorce you.
There were dozens and dozens of audio messages, texting with this general vibe of where are you, who are you with, what are you doing, vile, disparaging names constantly.
Can you imagine? After 2 days of deliberation, a jury found him guilty of the 2 charges of first-degree murder. When the verdict was read, cheering, you could hear all the cheering in the courtroom.
Find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree. of Rayburn Cardenas Baran, we, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant Ali Nasser Abulaban guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree, Anna Abulaban, in violation of Penal Code Section 187, Parent A, as charged in count 1 of the information.
And Ali broke down and he sobbed after the jury left the courtroom. He faces a potential sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole, and he's going to be sentenced on June 28th of this year, 2024. Now, according to friends, the day of the incident, Anna had actually planned on getting a restraining order against him. I don't really think a restraining order was going to stop him. I think he was way too gone, way too much of a loose cannon, and it is so sad. So many people have been in situations where the red flags are beating you in the face and you just look through them. You're looking for the good in that person. You're trying to believe in them for whatever reason. And sometimes it just doesn't work out, and it's sad. It's so sad. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I hope he never, ever, ever gets out. That thing that's just not quite right, like the military guys were saying, his voice in the phone calls, that's dangerous. I feel like that's dangerous. So what do you think? Have y'all heard about this? What do y'all think about this video? And then knowing that what was going on behind the scenes. This is another reminder that the things that we see online are highlight reels. People share what they want to share. Everybody has troubles behind the scenes, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much popularity you have. Everybody has ups and downs. Let me know what y'all think down below. I love y'all. I hope y'all are having a great day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.